we are going to find perimeters and areas of the given shapes correct to three significant figures. Here in the examples we have a semicircle, a quarter of a circle, and 3/4 of a circle. So semicircle is half of a full circle, of a whole circle. 1/4 of a circle is 1/4 of a whole circle, and 3/4 of a circle is 3/4 of a whole circle. Let's start with the part A. How do we get the perimeter of this shape? For the perimeter, we need the total of side lengths. One side of this shape is a diameter, which is 8 centimeters given, and a piece here is from circumference, and it is the half of a circumference of a whole circle. Then let's calculate the circumference of a circle with radius 4 centimeters. If the diameter is 8, the half of it is our radius. So if it was a whole circle, its circumference is going to be 2 times pi times r, which is 4, and it was 8 pi. But obviously it is not a whole circle. I'm going to divide this 8 pi into 2 because it's a half of it. So 4 pi is the length of this curved length. Then the perimeter can be calculated by using 4 pi, then adding 8 to that value, and whenever you write this on your calculator, you have a long decimal answer, and do the approximation correct to 3 significant, and 20.6 centimeters is the value of the perimeter of this semicircle. What about the area? Let's change our color. So if it was a whole circle, the area of a whole circle is pi r square, which is 4, which is 16 pi. Because this is half of it, I'm going to divide this by 2 and get 8 pi, and 8 pi is the area of this semicircle, but it's the answer in terms of pi. We would like to see the decimal number. Press SD button to have the decimal number. So it is 25.1327 and goes, and do the approximation. 25.1 correct to 3 significant figures is your answer for the area of this semicircle. In part B, we have 1/4 of a circle. So the radius is 3 centimeters given, and let's calculate the perimeter. So perimeter is found by adding all of the side lengths. So this shape has sides. Here radius, which is 3. Here radius, which is 3. And there is a length from circumference. So this is the 1/4 of a circumference of a whole circle. So let's calculate the circumference of a circle with radius 3. So it is 2 pi r. So it is 6 pi. Okay, this is a circumference of a whole circle. And I am going to take 1/4 of it. So 6 pi times 1/4 is going to be 6 pi over 4. Leave it like that. So 6 pi over 4 is the length of this piece. Then the perimeter of this shape, which is wanted, is going to be the total of this length plus one of the radius 3 plus the other radius 3. when you press equal, you will have the decimal number, and you do approximation correct to 3 significant figures. So 10.7 centimeters is the perimeter of this 1/4 circle. What about the area? Again, we get the area of a whole circle, which is P times R square, which is 9 pi. This is the area of a whole circle. And I'm going to divide this one, or take 1/4 of it. So 9 pi over 4, and get the decimal value and do approximation correct to 3 significants. It is 7.07 centimeters square. In part C, we have a piece from a whole circle. This is the 3/4 of a circle. So to get the perimeter, we need two side lengths, the total of side lengths. So one side length is here. So we need that piece. This is the 3/4 of a circumference of a circle. And this length, which is 10, and it is the radius, and this length, it is 10 centimeters, and it is the radius. So let's get this piece from the value of this piece from the circumference of a circle. So if it was a whole circle, the circumference was going to be 2 times pi times r, which is 20 pi. So if it was a whole circle, but it's not, I'm going to take 3/4 of it. So when we take 3/4 of it, we'll get 15 pi. Leave it like that. So 15 pi is the length of this piece. And for the perimeter, I am going to add the other two side lengths to this value. And these are radius 10 plus another radius 10. And when you write down those values on your display, you'll get a decimal number and do the approximation correct to 3 significant to get 67.1 centimeters, and this is the perimeter of this 3/4 of a circle. What about area? Area of a full circle was pi r square, and r is 10 here. So it was 100 pi if it was a whole circle, but it's not. We are going to take 3/4 of it. Sorry, I forgot to write pi. So let's write down 100 pi times 3/4, and this is 75 pi, and convert it into a decimal number and do approximation. You will see 236 centimeters square, and this is the area of your 3/4 of a circle shape.